Finland is a country tipped by many as being destined to win Eurovision in the very near future, and it's easy to see why. The standard of the Finnish national final, UMK, has gone absolutely through the roof in recent years in terms of the quality of songs, the superb production values, and the staging that has gone into many of the entries. They came so close to winning Eurovision in 2023 with Käärijä and his brilliant song Cha Cha Cha. He's such a charismatic performer, and that song got under the skin of so many people that Käärijä has essentially taken over from Verka Serduchka as Mr. Eurovision now. There's also Erika Wickman from last year, who was a huge fan's favourite and put on an unforgettable performance of her song Ich Komme. They've had other really memorable songs in recent years, Jezebel by the Rasmus, Dark Side by Blind Channel, and No Rules, of course, by the man, the myth, the legend, Windows 95 Man. Finland haven't won Eurovision since 2006 with Lordi and Hard Rock Hallelujah. It's been 20 years. Is now finally the time for Finland to win again? Well, this year they've gone with Linda Lampenius and Pete Parkkonen with their song Liekinheitin. Apologies as always for any messy pronunciations there. Linda and Pete were the hot favourites for UMK this year, and they did indeed emerge victorious, and their song and performance is very interesting. But before we get into it, if you could do me a massive favour and subscribe to the channel, it would be hugely appreciated. I'm absolutely loving making these videos and engaging with a community that loves the same thing that I love. It'd be great to be able to grow this channel if I can, so if you enjoy this type of thing, please do hit that subscribe button. Anyway, back to the video and back to Linda and Pete. What do we know about them? Well, Linda was a child star violinist in the 1970s, and she has gone on to have an absolutely mega career. She's performed all over the world, she's released several albums, and has even played on tracks for the likes of Celine Dion. And not only that, the multi-talented Linda has been a rally racing co-driver, a dancer on the Swedish version of Strictly, and has even released her own brand of cider. Cheers! Now, Pete came to prominence in Finland by competing in the Finnish version of Pop Idol, finishing third in 2009. Since then, he's had a pretty successful music career. He's released 3 albums, one of which went to #1 in Finland and another which reached the Finnish top 10. So these two have real pedigree, but can they take the win and finally take Eurovision back to Helsinki? The staging looks like he's kind of in a church confessional, confessing to his sins. I think it's very captivating to watch, and Linda on the violin is seriously good. I guess that given Alexander Rybak didn't qualify for Norway, we were in need of a violin maestro at Eurovision this year. Although having said that, Eva Maria from Luxembourg is also a dab hand on the old Stradivarius. In English, Liekinheitin means flamethrower. The song explores the idea of a fiery yet frozen relationship. The first verse translates as, "That same night, smoke in the air. I'm looking for you in the crowd. You're talking to others, to your friends. You're pretending like you don't even know me. Kinda strange that you won't look me in the eye, when last night you couldn't keep your hands off me. You treat me badly, but it feels good." And the chorus in English goes, "It would be wiser to get away from here, but I'm still playing with fire. How could I freeze the feelings when you're a flamethrower? You set me on fire, but you're never fully mine. Oh, you're so hot, yet cold as ice. You are a flamethrower, flamethrower." So it kind of sounds like it's describing a toxic relationship. I'm sure it will be very relatable for a lot of people. What do I think about this one? I'm not quite sure. I've watched it a couple of times, had a couple of listens, and I very much admire the talent level and the professionalism of this performance. This feels like it has the ingredients needed to win Eurovision. The staging feels quite spectacular, and I'm transfixed watching this. Pete sings and performs this with such emotion, and the violin segments from Linda are absolutely magnificent, especially towards that big explosive finish. It's a little bit like Ich Komme in that regard. Looking objectively, I think this Denmark's song Förvigar Hjem by Soren Torpegard Lund and Greece's song Ferto by Achilles are the three songs which stand out to me as genuine contenders to win Eurovision this year. But for some reason, this Finnish song isn't quite getting under my skin. Maybe I just need to give it a bit more of a chance and give it a few more listens. But I don't envisage myself streaming this more than Cha Cha Cha, No Rules, Dark Side, and some of the other recent Finnish entries. That's not to say it won't win. I do think it's in with a genuine shot. I would actually compare it with recent Eurovision winners like Loreen with Tattoo and The Code by Nemo. I can objectively see why people love these songs and why they were worthy winners of Eurovision. I have huge admiration for the unbelievable talent level and the skill and professionalism that went into creating these epic songs and performances that really take you on a journey. But for some reason, those two songs didn't quite resonate for me, and I feel a little bit like that with this song for Finland. I think quite a lot of people will have watched the performance at UMK and feel like this is possibly a nailed on winner. I'm not so sure, but I think it will do really, really well. I do believe this will provide Finland's best result since Cha 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 in 2023, but whether Linda and Pete can go one better than Kärje and claim victory, we'll just have to wait and see. In fairness, despite having a great national selection contest with UMK and producing some brilliant songs for Eurovision in recent years, I think Finland have probably not had the results that they've deserved. Blind Channel finished 6th, which was great, but there was the Rasmus, who only finished 21st, and Windows 95 Man finished 19th. Erika Wickman was tipped to be a potential winner at last year's contest. She only finished 11th, even though she was absolutely brilliant. I do hope Finnish fans and people who love Linda and Pete don't think I'm being too negative about their song. I'm just calling it as I see it. To be fair, I think Finland are judged against a very high bar because UMK has been so good in recent years and produced such brilliant songs. Had another country entered this song, maybe I'd be speaking in slightly different terms. I'm going to keep listening to this and see if it grows on me. And despite everything I've said, I really am looking forward to hearing this at the contest. What do you think? Do you think Linda and Pete could win it for Finland? How do you feel about this one? Let me know. That's all for this video. If you did enjoy it and you haven't already, please do subscribe. It really does help so much. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.